Between 1992 and 1993, the fastest production car on the road. It's the Jaguar XJ220. Some outrageous detailing coming up on this one. Stick around for later in the video where I talk you through what I'm doing, a bit more about this car and why I'm doing it. But first, enjoy the sights and the sounds of washing and decontaminating this truly beautiful machine. And if you enjoy watching this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to the page. These things really make a difference to me. I'd appreciate it. Now, with so few XJ220s being made, I'm very lucky this isn't the first one that I've worked on, but nonetheless, it's always a pleasure to get your hands on a car like this. The previous ones that I've worked on were also in the same stunning specification as this, and this is called Silverstone Green, and that's over a tan leather interior. This is a right-hand drive model, and the previous owner of this car, fascinating story. He won the lottery and he used to be a truck driver, and in his time owning the car, he only covered 3,000 miles. I guess it didn't pull as well as his old lorries used to or something like that, but yeah, this is a stunning example of the car. The car recently came into the ownership of one of my very good customers, building a strong car collection over the years, and when he purchased it, he said, "Joe, just come round, give it the full works, give it what it needs, and then it can go sit in the collection, look pretty, and can be admired from afar." So that's what we did. As you've already seen, I went for an extensive wash and decontamination process on the car. The car itself wasn't heavily decontaminated, but we're better to be safe than sorry. On a car as exquisite as this, let's take the time, let's do the job properly. Once that was done, it was down to refining and making sure the paintwork looked as great as possible. Now, in some areas, believe it or not, there was actually sanding marks. Here you can see under the door on the passenger side, it was riddled with pigtailing. It's not a problem. A little bit of Koch Chemie H9, and if you haven't seen my most recent video on that, I'll throw a link on the screen right now. On a microfiber pad on a Flex PXE80 and a good podcast took care of this. Detailing a car like this is about taking your time. It's about the minor details, pulling things apart, cleaning the rubber inside the indicator that you took off to be able to machine polish around it that little bit better. It's all about those minor things. People say to me, "Why do you clean cars?" Because it's the hardest car to clean. You give me a dirty car, it's no qualms, I can make it look great. But to improve a car like this, it's the details. Now here, you'll see my friends that come over to fix the PPF. Again, a really slight peel on the PPF is no good. Let's fix it, let's get it done properly. So the boys came round, they took care of that. If you're interested in PPF and you're in the London area, I'll throw a link to their page below. If you click the more information, that'll take you through to their page. Exquisite work. Once the paintwork was cut properly, it was time to refine it, jewel it out, give it that deep metallic gloss that it needed. Hand waxing. That's exactly what this car needed. In fact, it wouldn't just be hand wax. It would be hand waxed with probably the finest wax that I own. Swiss Wax Mystery. This is their secret in-house formulation, and it's a concourse wax which is produced using 55% by volume of the purest white #1 grade carnauba for the deepest shine. This wax is outrageous. I mean, it's outrageously expensive, but a car like this, oh come on, what else are you going to use? And if you're unaware, waxing the car by hand actually gets the best out of the wax. You're heating up the enzymes within that wax, and it's giving it the best bond possible to the paintwork to give you the best look possible. Now, the wheels, just a pure slab of silver. So prior to protecting them with Swiss Wax Autobahn, these were also corrected. There is not a scratch or a swirl mark inside. Cyanoglosgummy, the ultimate tie dressing for a car like this. Gives it a deep, rich shine. You know it's been dressed, but it doesn't look oily. Unbelievable tyre dressing. If you take one thing away and you want an affordable product to use from this, grab yourself a bottle of that. I'll link it below. Once the paint was curing with that wax on it, it was time to take care of some of the smaller details, and that included the engine bay. And not just the engine bay, every square inch, including the gearbox housing behind the engine. You didn't see that normally. You don't see these things getting done, and this is what the detailing is about. Taking the grille out, removing the rear lights, ensuring the backs of the rear lights are clean. All of these details were taken care of on this car. Like I say, this is what I enjoy. Cleaning clean cars. It doesn't get views on YouTube, but it makes me happy. That's for sure. And before you ask, the big red button, that starts the car. Pretty awesome. And the final touch, probably the world's most expensive spray wax. You work it out, a litre? That's £360 for a litre of the spray wax. Kamikaze, outrageous products, beautiful to use, and genuinely the nicest I've ever used in terms of a spray wax. Now granted, is that bottle worth what they're charging? No, depends what cars you work on, but the results speak for themselves. Look at it. Absolutely gorgeous and a real pleasure to work on. If you've enjoyed it, do me a favour, share it, like it, subscribe it, push it to other people so we get noticed for the content we're producing together. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.